Look, Gene Deal denied a champagne invite from Tyler Perry. From Tyler Perry himself. Look, in early 2000s, Big Gene says he was sitting in a club with his partner and 300 bottles came to their table. Two $300 bottles came to their table. They was wondering like, damn, you ordered this? You balling like that? Nah, it wasn't me. They looked around. Tyler Perry was sitting over there, winked at him. You know what I mean? Yeah, he say he winked at him. Gene Deal say he refused to sip the champagne, considered that something like an offering. He wasn't taking it. Whoever he was with that particular night said he was gonna drink the shit anyway. Look, drop it in the comments. I think Gene Deal is capping. But guess what? If it's true, who didn't know Tyler Perry was gay, fam? Let's just be honest. Let's just be real here. People been, you could see it in him. It wasn't just a Medea, it's just his whole mannerisms. He's a gay man, but it doesn't matter, fam. Unfortunately, this don't matter. That lawsuit does. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Charleston White requests 4 new fights from Aiden Ross. Look, fam, you must be 130, and you got to be willing to cover one of your eyes just to even the thing out. Make it a fair fight in his eyes. But if you're willing to take that heat, he's ready. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. Whoever want it with Charleston White, because y'all say y'all got smoke, and most of y'all small guys anyway. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Who want it? He just made Kodiak Red tap out. Now he's looking for 4 new victims. 4. The people are asking for Soulja Boy to go ahead and step up. Go ahead and step up, bro. This will be sanctioned, and it's going to be your way to get your get back for the whole pepper spraying incident in Florida. You pepper sprayed me, bro. Yeah, this is how you get that get back. Go ahead and get in that ring, but you say you wanted it with DDG, you called that off. Now we just asking you to fight Charleston White with one of your eyes taped up. If you could do that, hey, you got you one, fam. Nobody is gonna get arrested from this. Like I said, this is sanctioned by Aiden Ross. Y'all drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground. Look, Sauce Walker throwing shots at that Mexican OT. Look, he say that's his brother. He love him, and he cool with him dropping that N-bomb. But when he's doing it in an aggressive manner, like who gonna do something about it? That's when he got an answer to it. He said he owes the game a squabble. Then they can get back to what's really at play. Texas, the whole Texas movement. Look, this is Sauce Walker. This is Albert really responding to the fact that the Mexican OT said when they did that whole little joint collaboration album, him and his team messed that up, never wanted to work with him again. On top of that, he felt like he was overcharged. This is that. Look, if you want to say a nigga, rather be your Nigga. Look, as long as you don't use the hard R, yeah, as long as you don't use the hard R, you're good, fam. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. If you consider yourself a nigga, you know, that's just what it is. Black, white, or orange can be that. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments. Look, Jay-Z potentially performing at Super Bowl 26. Look, the rumor is starting to really catch wings right now. It's starting to catch flight. It's looking like this might just happen. Everybody know Rock Nation is in charge of providing the performers for the Super Bowl halftime experience. Last year, this year, it was Kendrick Lamar. Most people didn't like it. You know, I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Most people didn't like it. He was trying to do a whole bunch of messengers and trying to do a revolution. It didn't quite play out for everybody in that way, unfortunately. But next year, I'm hearing Jay-Z is going to take the whole steering wheel and just take it over. Now, Sean Carter is a motherfucker, fam. Why? You want to say, why Jay, but then you remember he got hits. The man could easily do that set and make it one of the most seen Super Bowl performances in the world, just like this last one did with K-Dot. Shout out K-Dot, but yeah, I think Jay-Z might fit in right there, fam. Who else do we got that can do a whole fucking show. Yeah, some people wanted Wayne, some wanted Kendrick Lamar, some wanted Drake. But if you're gonna do an ode to the past, might as well do Jay. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Look, Pusha T throwing shots at Kanye West. He said he never quite seen eye to eye with that guy. If they wasn't making great music, they were nothing, fam. Look, it started with all the anti-Semitism. Yeah, he couldn't stand behind him. But when he dropped the song with Dave Blunt's, the cousin song where he made the admissions of sucking off his cousin, you know, a lot of people just couldn't rock with it. Pusha T is one of those people. Despite being with Kanye West for the last 20 years, even the president of good music, he say that was just the last straw in it. Yeah, can't even see a man in him, can't stand behind him, nor has he ever stood behind him. When they wasn't making great music, they were nothing. On top of that, he's promoting the new Clips album, so you don't know what's true and what's not. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Kanye West potentially banned from the Slovakia Hip Hop Festival. Look, they promoted this thing at the Yeezy season performance. He's supposed to be in Slovakia, but the people not fucking with it. Look, 5,400 people have already signed a petition to get him banned and taken off the list of performers. Why? They're quoting him, actually, verbatim. His love for Nazis and swastikas and Adolf Hitler is coming to kick him in the ass, kick him in the arse. Yeah, they don't want that man nowhere around the people. Look, everybody knew it would happen. If you ask me, bro, I was kind of wondering how is he getting these random performances. Slovakia, one of the biggest hip hop festivals in European times right now. How did he get it? How did he earn it? Somebody added him to the list. And when they finally realized he was on it, bad choice. Look, drop it in the comments, but they looking to get Kanye West banned from Slovakia. So if anybody from America actually going out there, bought you some tickets, cancel him. Cancel him ASAP. Look, Fat Joe denies all allegations in this blockbuster lawsuit. Look, his former hype man, Dixon, is suing him for coercive labor exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, sexual relations with underage kids, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion. Look, Joe said he is fighting these disgusting rumors. This is nothing more than a shakedown because he fired his hype man. Look, if that's all it is, I'm gonna just say it like it is. Bro, you must have been paying him $1 billion a year. He doing all that because you fired him. It got to be more to the story if you really want to sell it. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real, bro. These are some allegations out of this world, bro. Out of this world. Now, they ain't going to get everybody for every team, but they going to get some. Joe, this one ain't looking good. They going to potentially be looking into you. And I've heard some things about Joe. Kurt Cobain is the Houston rapper. He's also heard some things about Joe and allegedly done some things with Joe. Allegedly, bro, done some things with Joe in that studio. That's what they tell me. Some people that was with him that particular night. Drop it in the comments. They muscle shirts was sweating and hanging off him and everything when they came out of that room. Look, James Harden facing new allegations and a new lawsuit. Look, bro, he's been sued by a woman. We're going to call her Jane Doe. He's been sued by Jane Doe. She was invited there with her friends to party, did all type of measures to get in there. Once she got in there, he did not provide a safe place for his participants. Yeah, he did not provide a safe place. Why? Because the nephew was there. The nephew had a bottle of liquor. He was passing it to the woman. When she got it, she sipped it and realized She started losing her mind, couldn't remember where she was, nothing, ended up being sexually assaulted by the nephew in the back room. Security grabbed her up, took her out of there to cover up the crime. She's suing for that. She wants millions of dollars. James Harden has not responded yet, but you're going to have to respond to this, bro. Yeah, you got to talk. You're going to have to talk up. Speak up now. Nigga want to know what happened. Look, Will Smith throwing shots at Chris Rock. This isn't a new fire in the booth freestyle. Wasn't really that much fire in the booth, but he is addressing the whole slap. He said, you talking crazy out your face and disrespect me on stage, expect me on stage. I don't know who writing this for him. Yeah, I don't know who writing this for him. On top of that, he say, they jokers dish it out, but cry out. He not from a city of people that fake it. He's from Philadelphia. That's true. That's true. But look here, fam. You got you a easy one off an easy guy. Let's just, bro, you don't get no points for slapping Chris Rock. The world knows now why you slapped him. Allegedly, he was cheating. Y'all had an open relationship, but allegedly, they was doing something behind the scenes. Him and Jada Pinkett Smith. Whatever they were going through, is what they was going through. That was a little lovers quarrel between other lovers because y'all got an open relationship. Will Smith couldn't handle it, took his chance to take his cheap shot, but them Rock brothers are looking for him. Yeah, they looking for him. Call out one of them. Tony Rock wanted with y'all, even though I don't think Tony Rock could be that much of competition for Will Smith, but hey, he got more heart. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play. Look, T-Pain throwing shots at Drake. Look, he say after more than a decade of being on top, the man still wants to compete when him, T-Pain, and many others like him have bowed out of the game, don't want to compete anymore. He say Drake should just move on and let the new ones have it. Look, bro, you can compete for the rest of your life, man. Different strokes for different folks. This is what people do. They build judgments on what you should be doing at a particular age, bro. Do what suits you. Point blank, period. Do what suits you, bro. You got one life to live. You get to choose and make your choices. Let's just hope you choose right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sticks, look, people that live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Why? Because if somebody throw one right back at you, your shit will shatter. Look, Drake gonna keep playing the game like he's supposed to, fam. That's what winners do. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the play. If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.